Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Oasis Focus and Finance Show. I'm your host Shafiq Morton and I'm certainly pleased to be working with the team as we bring you this empowering show on a weekly basis going forward. As always, we want you to engage with us so we can tackle those topics that are important to you. So you can SMS or email us on the numbers that appear on the screen throughout the show. It is said that there are only two things in life that are certain: death and taxes. This is an important topic that affects all of us. With the final deadline for all individual tax submissions due in November, we are dedicating this month to the topic of tax. To introduce this series, I caught up with Nazeem Ebrahim, the Chief Regulatory Officer and Deputy Chairman of the Oasis Group, earlier during the week. Nazeem has a special interest in educating us on topics that affect us on a day-to-day basis. He had a special message for us to encourage us to tune into this series, particularly on tax. This is what he had to say.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone tuning into these Focus on Finance programs. The series is aimed at educating and empowering individuals about the world of investments and finance, so that you are able to make a better and informed decision for yourself and your loved ones. Our programs are aimed at every household in South Africa and will provide relevant and important information for you and the consumer in the way that is easy to understand. We will bring you current issues, demystify concepts, and give you a clear perspective of what is happening in the world of finance and around you. In this series, many topics will be covered in detail. However, this month, tax will be the core of our discussion. Of course, the concept of tax dates back many centuries. It has traversed through the early dynasties of ancient Egypt, has survived civilizations, empires, kingdoms, economic structures, wars, religions, philosophies, languages, science, invention, and is present in today's market and all its systems. South Africa's own tax system, by comparison, is still young and dates back 100 years. While our tax system has evolved and changed to what is called a progressive tax system, at its core, it still does exactly what the concept of tax was meant to do since it was first introduced to the world. When the concept of tax was introduced, it was designed to assist the ruling structures, or what we call governments, to collect funds from its people so that it can carry out the functions in the interest of people in that particular country. The tax collected by the ruling structures very often reflects the values of that particular country. South Africa. The South African tax system is based on the premise that the wealthy should contribute a greater portion towards the state than the poor. What is meant is that the more a person earns, the higher the percentage of tax they will have to pay. This kind of tax is known as income tax and is a large contributor to the amount of funds collected by the government. There are other taxes as well, and this includes capital gains tax, dividends tax, donations tax, estate duty, transfer duty, interest withholding tax, and securities transfer tax. Even indirect taxes like value-added tax, commonly called VAT, which we pay for as consumers when we buy simple everyday things like food or even electricity. It is also how funds are collected by the government. In many instances, tax collected is used towards the major projects like economic infrastructure, the enforcement of law, the protection of property, development projects, social engineering, funding of public utilities, and even provides for social welfare through things like healthcare, education, and pension for the aged. In every single way, directly or indirectly, our tax system impacts on us, and it is vitally important that we get to understand it well. I encourage you to tune into these programs because we will unpack just exactly what tax is all about and the different types of tax that exists. My team will cover topics on tax from personal income tax to retirement tax, beneficiary tax, estate duty, and even capital gains and dividend tax. These different types of tax affect you and your quality of life, so it is really important that you understand what it is, what does it do, how to go about it, and of course, who to speak to if you require assistance. Tax is of special interest to me, and I invite you to send through all your questions and comments, which I will ensure is attended to and feedback is provided to you. I want to address every issue which is important to you, so please use this opportunity to send us your questions. We will take you through the taxes that affect you on a personal level and especially how taxes impact upon your retirement. When changing your job, your preservation fund, if you are retrenched, the implications of tax that you would need to be aware of upon the death of a loved one, and also that you need to be aware of when purchasing a house, starting a family, and many more relevant and important issues to you. May you enjoy the series, and I thank you for tuning in and allowing us into your homes. If we can be of assistance to you, please do not hesitate to contact Oasis directly or contact your financial service provider. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.